This video will elaborate on internal sharing and also external sharing. So as I left off in the previous video, to successfully share documents via SharePoint with other Uable team members, the recipient must have access to the site from which you are trying to share. Here's an example. Uable team member Joan has access to the home visiting site, and she wishes to share a document from that site with another Uable team member, Antonio. Antonio is part of the client experience team, and therefore he doesn't have access to the home visiting site. When Joan shares the document with Antonio, he is not able to view it because he doesn't have access to that site. So he sees this. You need permission to access this list. Antonio may request access to the home visiting site, but probably won't be granted access because his role does not require access to this information. However, Joan still needs to share the document with him, and she determines it's within the scope of Antonio's role and responsibilities to view it. So instead, Joan downloads the document and saves it to her computer using File, Save As, Download a Copy. That process is outlined on the page titled Downloading SharePoint Documents to Your PC or OneDrive. So if you need a review of that process, go back to that page and view that process. From there, she's able to attach that file to an email and send it to Antonio. So let's say I'm trying to share, I'll use emergency exit routes as an example. I'm trying to share this file with somebody who does not have access to the compliance folder. So instead of sharing it this way, because the recipient wouldn't be able to see it because they don't have access to the compliance site. So instead, I'm going to the upper left of my screen. I see the option to download this file to my computer. My computer's being exceptionally slow. I apologize. Okay, it's finally almost done downloading. So now I'm going to save that file. I'm using two monitors, so that open on the other screen. I apologize. So I'm going to save this to my computer. It says this PC, emergency exit routes. So now if I go into my email, I can attach that document via email and send it to the recipient, and they will be able to see it regardless of whether they have access to the compliance site, which is where I'm trying to share this document from. You will also need to do this process every time you're sharing a document with someone outside the agency. So SharePoint is specific to Uable team members, so it will not allow you to share a document directly from SharePoint with someone outside of the organization. They will never be able to see it. So make sure you're doing that download process and attaching it to an email if you're trying to send a document to someone outside the agency.